and to be built at the point of the mountain in Draper. Just in the last few days, a committee came together. They put forward and said this is something they're at least going to look into to see if this should be built. It was first conceived by Holocaust survivor, concentration camp survivor Viktor Frankl, who wrote Man's Search for Meaning. He says you've got the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast. He wants the Statue of Responsibility on the West Coast. Stephen Covey wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He was also pushing for this. Now, I said he wanted it on the West Coast. Seems that their first plan was to put it in California. That hasn't worked out.
That is the West Coast, by the way.
That hasn't worked out. Utah apparently.
We're the Mountain West.
Thank you, Jamie. We are in the middle-ish.
They're looking at putting it here, the Statue of Responsibility. You see there an image of it, those 2 hands grasping, one pulling the other up. They say it's something that they want to provide meaning, a monument to the Area 2 responsibility.
I feel like you're selling it to us, Jake, and I like that you are, because at first glimpse I was like, oh boy. I mean, it's interesting to note that they're already going to have such a major development there. And I want to see what comes of the point, because it is valuable land. It's a great community space. I think the architecture is really cool. And I know that there's a lot of mixed perspective on this statue. We will see if it comes to fruition.
Well, at first glance, I thought it was just a swirly thing going up into the sky.
Jake,
so thank you for explaining that those are actually 2 hands. Otherwise, how would we have known? Apparently, there's a small 15-foot version of this somewhere?
Yeah, at UVU, they've got a 15-foot version. And speaking of lots of strong opinion, we're looking right now at some of the posts that people have made on Twitter or X saying there, can it be 30 feet tall, not 300? We already have that claw monstrosity, as that person said, by the aquarium. And then let's not put the cart before the horse and get this community built first. Then the statue will end up with potholes. And lastly, love this, very cool. Yeah, some strong thoughts there. So, yay or nay, Brian, Jamie? What do you think?
I could be into it. Like I said to you, I'm really interested in what you see on your screen, though. The point itself, the development there, I think will be just such a great community gathering space. I think the statue will have meaning. I agree, though, 300 feet seems excessive. How big is the whale at 9th and 9th?
Not 300 feet.
It's made quite the impact, and it doesn't need to be a tower.
It'll be a giant straw when you gaze at it from a distance.
I think so.
I say if you're going to go big, go big.
500 feet, says Jake.
The Statue of Liberty, want to give you some context, I guess. Statue of Liberty with its pedestal and the statue, 305 feet tall.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be
So it would
enormous.
be almost exactly the same size. Enormous, but hey, make a monument, a destination for people to come here to see something unique.
I hope that we don't have an earthquake that could impact that structure. That's just something else to think about, because we do